I belong to the Mystics. There's a lot of other groups, and there is Mixtec Low and Mixteco Alto. I belong to the Alto. So I grew up in Santa Maria with the most basic stuff in a shack. Yeah, we just grew up with the basic things, growing beans, squash, corn, growing our own garden. We started teaching the kids, as soon as they start walking, go help in the field, go get this, go get that. You have to learn because in life you have to do things. You can't sit down and expect food to come to you. You have to work for it. Groups in Mexico, like the different type of Mixtecos, they used to fight with each other, and some are still fighting right now over land. My town, Santa Maria, they used to fight with this other town. On top of the hill, there was another town, and they were from, they belonged to another tribe. I don't know for how many years they fought for the land. So my mom, she used to go, and all the women in the town, they will get together and they will join the men, and they will carry their rifles and go to fight for the land. I asked my mom, how do you feel about it now? She's like, normal. It was normal then. But my mom tells me that that land belonged to us, and they just keep taking little by little. So they're coming closer and closer to us, and they're like, no, this belongs to us, and they just go and fight for it. Being a Mixtec, we have a lot of culture. That is something that I do not want to forget. My culture, the food, the language, the respect that I learned, all the things that I learned from my ancestors, from my grandparents. They were tough people. You have to stick to who you are. You don't have to be ashamed of who you are, because that's what you are. And there's nothing wrong with being who you are. I used to struggle with the same thing too. People used to ask me, where are you from? Especially people from Mexico. I know you're from Mexico, but what part? And then I told them I'm from Oaxaca. And they just assume that you should be someone who is inferior, someone who shouldn't be speaking Spanish or English, or you're just not educated. And they look at you like if you're something, small. And I used to feel like that for a while when I was a child. And I just grew up, and that changed because I matured and I said, no, I'm not. I can speak 3 languages. I learned both languages when I came to the United States. They didn't have to go through that. Identity, it's something very important. That defines who you are, where you're coming from and where you're gonna go. Without it, you don't have a purpose. Sasha